Hi guys, my name is Val, in case you don't know, in case you're new here, and today I want to tell you about my somewhat irrational fear of buying a food scale. And to tell you this story, I have to give you a little bit of context. I am a kid of the 90s. I grew up in the 90s with all these low-fat foods and a whole bunch of sugar in my food. And this has always been a problem for me because I'm kind of addicted to sugar. If I eat just a little bit, I go on a binge. I have a lot of trouble stopping, and this happened to me just yesterday. I bought a whole box of gluten-free cookies and I thought I could stop at like 4. No. I had trouble not finishing the box. Like, this is a problem. So I've always had these kind of addictive tendencies, these obsessive tendencies with food. So I thought that buying a food scale would mean that I would just go off the deep end. I would go crazy. I would get obsessive. I would have bad nutritional habits that would just make me really question my sanity. That was really a big fear for me, and I've always wanted to stay away from food scales for that reason. Another part of it is probably that there's this perception in our society that if you work out a lot, if you're careful about what you eat, if you eat clean, if you try not to eat too much sugar, if you control your portions, you're obsessed with the way you look, with the way you eat, with the way you train, all these things, and it sounds superficial and people really judge you on that. And I was really afraid of feeding into that because I'm already someone who trains a lot, and I'm already someone who is careful about what they eat because I have intolerances like dairy. So I didn't want to be one of those people even more so. And then I realized that all of that is really just perception. It's not reality. I don't have to be one of those people. And so once I put that into perspective in my mind, things became a lot easier. Especially because I started my nutrition plan that I did over the last few months. As you saw, I lost some weight, it worked, and I did not become an obsessive weirdo like I thought I would. It was a little bit like that in the beginning where I was afraid of losing control, but after a while you just get the hang of it and it becomes a lot easier. And you don't obsess over food that much. And then now that I'm in maintenance, I'm eating treats and I'm okay. So I thought, food scales aren't that bad, I think. I could probably handle that. And even more so when I saw people doing the same nutrition plan as I did, but they were using a food scale and they got so much better results. And so a little light went on in my head and I thought, maybe I should check this thing out. So that's when I bought this little guy, and I love it. This food scale cost me $15 on sale. It was probably $25 full price. It's a cheap one, but it works. That's all I need. And so I've used this scale for a few weeks while I'm in maintenance, so after my cut, and I've seen some results that are kind of really encouraging. I think I've built some muscle from it because I've actually measured my meats properly this time. I think I was maybe eyeballing it before and not doing it correctly. And so now I'm properly measuring my meats. I'm weighing my peanut butter, which fucking sucks, by the way, because my portions of peanut butter before getting a food scale were like this, because this is a tablespoon, right? Apparently not. When you weigh your peanut butter, your portion becomes this, and it sucks. But all in all, it's helped me eyeball things better. It's helped me make sure that I get enough of every macronutrient. And I think it's helped keep me sane actually, which is funny because I thought I would go insane buying one. But I think now it's just that I'm really more on point with my nutrition. And so I'm seeing results and I think it works. And I've proven to myself, most importantly, that I am not obsessive. It didn't happen. I actually just leave it in my kitchen and kind of forget about it until I have to prepare a meal. I think it's just helped me kind of calm my brain about getting the right portions, and then I can focus on just something else. And no, I do not bring it to the restaurant because that is rude. Don't do that. And no, I don't bring it to friends' houses because that's just a whole new level of douchebaggery that I will not lower myself to. But basically, long story short, if you were afraid like me to buy a food scale, I say don't knock it till you try it, because the outcome is actually so far from what I expected, and I'm actually really happy with my purchase. And it's just a better way of measuring food in terms of, if you look at your nutrition label, there's the weight in grams or ounces, and then you have like the cups, 2/3 cups or whatever. And I used to use measuring cups and I still kind of do, but whenever I see that I can actually measure my food, I do it. And it just makes me feel like I'm more accurate in my nutrition. I'm sorry if this video is a little bit all over the place. I'm filming this right before training, but I really wanted to tell you about my food scale. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I will see you next week. Bye!
Oh, this you crazy mother...